I was hoping for another win such as Doom Patrol, but it looks like we're gonna have another Titans. So the good news is we will in fact get to see Swamp Thing from the DC Universe as it's expected to premiere on May 31st. But the bad news is, much like Titans Season 1, Swamp Thing will be cut short due to the studio mandates demanding that the show should be cut down into just 10 episodes, on top of rewriting the entire ending, and essentially trimming down so many elements surrounding the series very late in the game. But on top of that, we did get our first official look at what Swamp Thing will look like in the TV series, and I've gotta say, he looks incredible. I love how they went in a more practical direction, and I appreciate that the costume looks pretty much spot on to how he looks from the comics. And you can just tell by this practical suit that this does have a pretty high budget. Or at the very least the budget is relatively high considering how this is actually a TV series. Speaking of high budget, this is kind of one of the main reasons on as to why Swamp Thing is getting reduced the way it is. Because despite how these shows do have relatively high budgets, the entirety of the DC Universe streaming service isn't doing too successful, as they don't have nearly as many subscriptions as they need in order to carry on and making these shows. And there are many reasons on as to why this is the case and that the DC Universe streaming service is flopping, but at this point everyone has explained on as to why this is a flop, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse. And like I said, it does seem like Swamp Thing is suffering from a similar situation that Titans did, in the sense that everything is getting either tweaked or just completely cut. And at first it would be somewhat beneficial if Swamp Thing had a much shorter season from the get-go. However, since this was a last minute decision, as well as the fact that they are completely doing a different ending, this is a bad sign for Swamp Thing and it's really unfortunate. And why this is unfortunate is because after the success of Doom Patrol, you would think that DC and Warner Brothers would take a step back and let the creators do whatever they want with their shows. But because the DC Universe streaming service isn't doing too good, they're pretty much self-destructing themselves. And sure, we still have Stargirl on the way, as well as Titan Season 2, but at this point it does seem like this is the beginning of the end. And it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if the streaming service gets completely cut off in about 2 years tops. And that's me being optimistic. So what are your thoughts on the entire situation surrounding the Swamp Thing TV series? Do you think that this is troublesome, or do you think that this is actually going to be somewhat beneficial? Comment below and share some thoughts. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Take care and have a good one.